everyone kind of knows a lot of people in high school. Everyone knows everyone. So there wasn't like one moment where we met initially, but there was more of a build-up. Is that what you would say too?
Yeah, I mean, the first thing I think was I thought Koby was a different person for freshman year of high school, but it turned out it was Koby.
Junior year, we're going through high school and everything. I make a move. Long story short, I don't know who's watching. Long story short, I make a move. Emily says, no, I'm not really interested at this moment, as you may know. And then...
on Facebook he's like, oh, you're not answering my Facebook messages fast enough, so I think you should give me your number.
Right,
and
that's not the complete story.
And then I just never answered.
And
it was like basically for like...
But instead, so she was like all direct and everything, but then she goes and tells her friend, I'm not really... What?
But yeah, so then I'm working out at Skyline, at this like field in Brookline, and I see Koby after one of his rugby games, and I had like recently like kind of rejected him type of vibe, and he came up to me and he was like, how are you doing? Like, it's nice to see you, like super respectful, super sweet. And I was like, like maybe I should give this another chance. Like, I'm so impressed that like he was so confident and like kind to come up to me, even if like I feel like most high school boys were like, she like didn't want to hook with me, like I don't want to talk to her, blah, blah, blah. And he like came over to me after his game and was like talking to me for a while. So then I was like, and then I talked to one of my friends, talked to him.
We're both competitive. You're competitive with your friends and on the field, and same goes with me. And then, but with each other is kind of, some would say like a dangerous, like you're kind of in the deep end on that one. But I think it pushes us to go farther, especially with your soccer training. And then for me, like I'm a little insecure about like jobs and everything, like graduating, getting a job, getting an internship. So that like she pushes me with that, because I know she's gonna have something, and I just gotta bust my ass to make sure I get something too. So it's not only in sports; it's also pushing ourselves a little bit farther. And you probably a little bit more than me, but we all support each other through the competitive process.
I think that's the thing, is we know each other's limits really well, and like it's definitely like I could almost in every competitive situation, I could tell you exactly how to make Koby super mad, because like I know how to like make his competitive side negative, but we don't do that to each other. And also, like, I really love being competitive, like, and kind of regardless of what I do. So having someone who feels similarly, like, neither of us, I don't think we've ever like walked away from something where we've like failed in some context and been like, oh, whatever. Like, both of us get the other person's like really mad about it if they failed about something, and so like not having to like explain that, or like we don't really need to empathize, because that's just like exactly how the other person would react. Of like, if you get a bad grade on a test, like you're gonna be pissed. Like that's kind of how it works. Like,
and we've had a few fights where like I lose in Settlers of Catan, and I'm just mad for 24 hours. Like, and like she deserved to win, but like I'm pissed. Like,
especially if like I caused the loss. Like, it's one thing if it's like anybody else caused the loss, and I do the same. Koby in Settlers like a month ago, like suggested a certain position for me. I don't know if you know, it's a board game basically, and like you have certain positions to begin the game. He was like, start in this position instead of the one I had initially chosen, and it like totally screwed over my whole game plan, and I actually wouldn't speak to him for the rest of the night. We've been together since junior year of high school, and we're now seniors in college. And I think in terms of how we've like grown together throughout our relationship, I think the thing I would say is we've become like really good at being independent rather than dependent on each other, and having that be like a strength in our relationship. So I remember in high school, I used to have a bunch of times where like I'd be like, oh, I just want to spend the night in, or I just like want to be with you and not with my friends, and Koby would be like, no, like you should go see your friends, like I'll see you tomorrow night, or like after practice you should get ice cream with your soccer friends. Like, and I think that's been like really good for us throughout our relationship. And in college too, like sometimes even if I go to visit Con, like Koby will go play basketball with his friends and I'll go to the gym, or like being able, even when we're together, to like be okay being apart or like doing our own things. each other like once
third
every
week.
3 weeks. And I think like the other point is like we could see each other more, but we made like a little bit of a rule for ourselves. I think like I actually in high school never wanted to have a boyfriend in college. Like I wanted that whole like college experience, etc. And I think we've
Me too.
well, I know we both had that, and then we both interrupted each other's plans. But
Yeah.
I think it's been really nice to like have our own experience. Like I really feel like I had my own college experience, and I think a lot of people who come in long distance like high school relationships don't love college as much because the other person's not there. And in some ways, I actually think we've both like loved college more because it's been our own, and like we can share with each other. But like you have Pon and I have Wes, and like that's kind of we have our circles there.
And we only see each other if like not much is going on at our school,
Yeah.
or like it's like what's it called, formal, and you like she needs a date, so I guess I have to tag along. So yeah, it's pretty fun, and we each have our own independent lives. Friends are made independently, and then blended. So it's been great.